We are live. Just waiting for people to come on. All right, Ken got the comment up. How do I pin it?
Good evening.
Evening. I'm trying to
What's
pin
up?
your comment. Give me a
All
sec.
right. Just
Oh,
hold.
there you go.
Just click that hold button.
Yeah, I
Good
got it. I
evening.
got it.
Happy
Good
Saturday,
evening,
everyone.
Ken. Happy Saturday to everyone joining us, to all the six joining us. We got a great show for you. Thank you for tuning in to hashtag PWOG Live, the show where two Philippine wrestlers who are bored in quarantine just try to invite as many guests as we can and get you guys to come on and then watch our interviews as we get to know them and they get to know us and then you get to know all of them. What's up, Ken? How was your Saturday?
It's been busy. I'm not sure if people from my work are gonna watch this, but like I'm just gonna vent out. I'm not really super pissed, super haggard
Oh
about
no,
what
what
happened, but
happened?
like there's this 1 hour. It's just me. I'm just the
Mm-hmm.
only one there, and I'm like entertaining clients for 1 whole hour. I kid you not, 20 to 90 clients on queue, on deck, 1 straight hour. I'm the only one.
Oh
I'm the only
man.
one there. Continuous, bro. I ain't even kidding. I'm just saying, but like, hey, at least I have work. I feel blessed. So whatever.
Yeah, that's true. Shout out to Shanky who joined us,
What's up, Shanky?
Matt the Artist Official, MJ Lapus. Uh,
How's your
well,
Saturday,
at least,
bro?
yeah. What? My Saturday. Today was my bi-monthly mental health check again. I went to a therapy session. It was good. It was good. We talked about anger, how to
Okay.
like work through anger, like acknowledging your anger, and then knowing that just a little tidbit that I want to share that I really like learning today. Um, a lot of people think like anger is a bad thing, and yeah, sometimes it can come off as a bad thing, but like anger is also a very strong form of self care. So the reason that you get angry is because you care about yourself, care about your value, and then your body is just and your mind is just telling you to make sure that all right, you're angry because you care about what happened to you. You're mad about it and you're angry, and then that's your body's way of telling you like, hey, you got to take care of yourself, man. So that was just a cool thing. And again, shout out to my therapist Moonshine from 8-Bit Fiction. If you guys aren't following 8-Bit Fiction yet, they've been putting up all these videos for mental health while we're in the coronavirus, and it's really helping a lot. Yeah, so what else happened during Saturday besides your kerfuffle with work,
I love
having to
that
deal
word,
with
kerfuffle. I'm gonna search that later,
kerfuffle?
whatever that means. I was about to ask, how do you find my makeup tutorial setup? It looks like that. It looks like this Pixar. It's like a
It's right in
chewed-up
front of
Pixar
you.
dude. The
Oh
laugh,
man, that's great. That is
right?
amazing. Yeah, actually, your lighting is really good. Your lighting is really good right now.
I'm gonna teach you a tutorial how to fucking do that. Whatever. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah, well, we're here. We're here right now.
Got a minute left, bro.
Izola 19. If I'm able to join one of these, hello, hello.
Hello, sirs.
Uh,
Got a minute left,
Thank
bro.
you to everyone joining us. I'm over my average because like I usually average around 10 people. Now we got 12. I am happy. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for all the hearts that you're hitting right there. We got a minute until Kris Wolf joins us here in the live, and I am very, very excited. Bibo Las Vegas just joined us. If you guys know Hector from Ang Huling El Bimbo.
Oh,
Sup
hello,
man,
sir.
for joining us
Hello.
tonight.
Thank you.
Skincare routine by Ken. Yes, Ken.
Are you sure?
Maybe
I might get sued when I start putting out products because this
you
stuff
have pretty
ain't
good
freaking
skin.
smooth. It's just oily
You have
as
pretty good
fuck,
skin.
bro.
Well, compared to my skin. Anyway, Ken, we have
Anyway,
a minute left.
what's up?
Uh,
Alexis underscore Kingdom 18.
Sup? Hello,
Ash is
guys. Thank you
online.
for. We got 16 people. This is amazing. I am happy. We are
Prime
very excited to
time.
have
Prime
Kris Wolf
time, bro.
on. Yeah, prime time. And Kris Wolf is a draw. Ken, it is 9 p.m. May I kindly ask you to get our esteemed guest, Kris Wolf, on the live right now?
Alrighty, I got you, brother. I will see you in an hour, less than. I don't know. I'll keep you in
We'll
check.
see. We'll see. We'll see if we run long. You know, I've been running long the past two shows.
Alright, you got this. You got this. 1 hour, 1 hour. What do you call that? What do you call that? Broadways. 1 hour
1 hour
Broadways.
Broadway. 1 hour Broadway. There you go. You got it.
Enjoy, brother. Enjoy. I'll be here. I'll be here.
All right, see you, brother. So Ken is just going out to get. Oh, what is this? Ken is just going out to get Kris Wolf into the live. Tengu has joined us. Tengu is also a very good friend of Kris Wolf, and he is the reason that Kris Wolf knows about us. And well, a huge, like a big part, like getting to know about PBR, getting to know about Philippine wrestling. Wolf in Japan is in. Kris Wolf is in the building. Let me just give her a request to join us on the live right now. And everyone, hello! Hi,
Hi.
Kris Wolf.
Hey guys,
Let me
how's it
just
going?
we're great, we're great. Let me just introduce you real quick. Everyone who is joining hashtag PWG Live tonight, this is the ex-pro wrestler and a practicing human. She is a former Stardom high-speed champion and she loves meat and butts. This is Kris Wolf. Hello, how are you doing?
Good. Mabuhay. That goes to the
Mabuhay!
extent of what I know. I know that in like Sumbagon Dika, but I think that's Visaya.
Wait, so, yeah, that is Visaya.
Yeah.
All right. So if everyone watching right now, if you didn't know, Kris Wolf is actually part Wolf and part Filipino. So that is an amazing thing. That is an amazing thing you learned right now. All
Yeah.
right. So I know that you're currently living in Norway right now. So how's the situation with coronavirus over there?
I'm sorry, this gentleman wooed at me. Oh,
Woo!
sorry. But
We gotta do that. We gotta hit all the woos right now.
exactly. I mean, it's only respectful to do so.
Exactly. Yeah. So guys, please just like I hope that not a lot of people woo too much because we want to get through these questions also. But thank you
Yeah.
guys for joining us and thank you for hitting all those questions. If you have any questions for Kris Wolf, just please comment it down below and Ken will help me out getting those questions.
Yes, please.
Anyway,
But
how?
Norway.
Yeah,
It's
how's the land of Vikings?
it's fucking cold. Sorry, can I say fucking?
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool.
Okay. It is very
Yeah.
cold.
Okay.
But I'm enjoying myself. It's during this Corona time. It is pretty strange to see the streets are pretty empty. Everyone's doing the social distancing thing. We can go out and get food. We can go out into the parks and stuff. They're now opening up events for like 50 people or so, as long as they're spaced out. But we're also aware
Yeah.
that we might have to shut it down if it goes out of control. So we're like, let's open up a little bit, but not too much.
Is it like how bad is it? How has there been a lot of people that got hit by the virus over there?
Well, initially when we closed down in March, it felt like it was going up pretty fast, but it tapered
Yeah.
off around 200 people who have passed away from it. I think
Mm.
it's still around that, so it's pretty much calmed down. And I think the health system hasn't been overwhelmed, and that's why they're able to cure people. So
That's good.
we're okay.
Yeah, you're definitely in a better place than we are in the Philippines right
How
now.
is it
So I am
going?
like, it's we just like we also slightly reopened today,
Yeah.
but like there's been a flood of people who just went out and like okay, we're already expecting a second wave to come in. So
Yeah. Mm.
we're just that's why I didn't go out today, just making sure that everyone stays safe. But I'm hoping that it's not hitting too bad. But with the way things are going right now, seems like it's gonna be pretty bad again. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I know, right? It's
welcome
a
to the
weird time
Philippines,
to
I guess.
be alive.
I know, I know. We never really expected to be in like something like another bubonic plague situation in the world, but here we are right now.
Yeah. I mean, thanks for sharing what your reality is, because it's like I feel
Mm,
lucky that we at least have the internet to kind of see into the windows and keep each other aware
yeah,
of what can be done.
exactly.
Oh, we have some words. Am
We
I?
have a lot of words.
Yeah, do
We'll
you want
get
to
to
pick
them in a
one?
bit.
Oh, okay.
No, we'll get to them in a bit. I like Ken is helping me like sending
Thank you,
messages to me
Ken.
right now, and then we'll get to those in a bit. I just wanted to ask this question actually.
Yeah.
So you're a practicing human,
Yep.
and you have been for the past how many years? So how has it been practicing to be a human recently? But since with
Oh,
all the
nah.
years you've put in,
I'm just faking it till I make it. I
exactly.
think it is really interesting where you find happiness and satisfaction in the different things you do. I think a lot
Yeah.
of my life I was chasing adrenaline and trying to prove to myself that I'm strong. And then I think leaving the world of wrestling after having found this thing that I love for so long, and then finding a new love, but also like kind of wondering what I am now without
Mm.
wrestling. That's a
Yeah.
big test on my mental strength and this heart. So
Yeah.
I think I feel really lucky to have a life where I get to explore these different kind of worlds.
Exactly. Like that's what I was actually going to go to that, but can you tell us about this other love that you found after wrestling? Is it your favorite human or is it something
Yeah. Oh, I found this really good hamburger. No, it is my favorite human, my wife Rosanna. We met in Japan. We're both
Mm.
extras in a commercial for this tiny company, and it was just
Oh.
like, I don't know if you're into me, but I think I'm into you. Ah, like how do
that
you
that
like
that was a good
humans?
one.
Yeah,
Well,
I
you
mean,
still like humans.
yeah.
It's not that. So you guys met on a set for a commercial?
It was like one of those. It was a video, like a promotional video for a
Mm.
company, but it wasn't like a big set or anything. We just were invited into this little Airbnb where we sat down and had nabe, the soup, and we
Oh,
were
yeah, yeah,
recorded and had to talk about our experiences in Japan. So
yeah.
it was fun.
And I'm glad that you're finding you. Well, I'm glad that you have a new love after wrestling, and that you're adjusting, so to speak, and then still practicing to be human. Because right now it's a very hard thing to be human and
Yeah.
practice being human. So
Mhm.
I am so happy for you right now.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, we'll get into the words right now. Actually, I have a few questions from people.
Okay.
So this is from at the real Shanky. Shout out Shanky. So Chris, who is your favorite wrestler?
Now, like, I give a different answer every time because it's whoever pops into my head, really.
No worries, no worries.
But I think the first person that came into my head was oh no, now they're fighting in my head. It's in between Act and Kaylee Ray right now. Like Act for sentimental reasons,
Actually,
and
yeah,
the fact that she's just awesome, and Kaylee Ray because she's just a fucking rock star. Fucking
she's
sorry, I
awesome.
like saying it.
No, no, no. I know your love for curse words and for child meat, so I understand completely. So, actually, that was another question that I had. So now that you're actually a practicing human,
Mm.
does your diet still consist of like little children, butts, and little children?
Like the little children, unfortunately, I'm not forced to fight anymore, so I can't eat any. There's laws against it, apparently, outside of Japan.
Oh man.
So, unfortunately, no young meat. But
Mm.
butts are still on the table.
Meat and butts are still on the table. That's awesome. All right, we
Do you
got
know
another
this?
question
Okay.
from. Go ahead. Go
Sorry,
ahead.
there
Go
was
ahead.
this song that I just remembered. I think it was by Omarion. Do you know
Mhm.
Omarion? And
I
I
know
for
Omarion. I
I
know one song of Omarion.
Yeah, I know one song of Omarion too, but there's a part where the girl who's rapping on the song says like, "And you better eat the groceries," and she's talking about butts, and I thought that was so funny.
What?
Yeah, yeah. She's
This
like,
isn't this isn't Icebox, right? It's not Icebox.
"What's icebox?"
The other Omarion song. Like,
Oh
oh
no,
my.
I don't think so. It's like
Okay. Yeah.
it's
Probably never heard
supposed
of
to
that one.
be. I think that's what it was like. Blah blah blah.
Um,
Supposed to be da 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 da. Like I'll let him drive my car
my
for me if he eats
my
my
memory fails me.
groceries.
My 2000 R&B memory fails me. Hip hop R&B.
I
Anyway,
I think
but
it's
yeah,
okay. You don't need it.
maybe for the future. We'll go to another question from this one's from at triple F Family, like one of the guys here. So
Great.
hi JDL, hi Chris. For Chris, may I ask if she's still involved or works backstage on the wrestling industry after her retirement? Are you still dabbling in wrestling in any way?
Um, Not really. I mean, there have been a few times when like friends have contacted me to come hang out to the show, maybe do some commentary, or I was gonna do like backstage reporting for Jazzy's promotion, her show, and
Mm,
I'm planning to when it does open up again. But and then there's always Eve because it's super close by.
yeah,
You know, if they want a wolf to hang out, I don't mind. But definitely, I want to leave the ring for the people who are training for it. You know, like
yeah.
they deserve the stage.
I admire you for that. Actually, that was one of my questions of like, but we'll get to that later because like that's like way down the line.
Okay.
All right. Actually, I just have to ask this question because like I saw on Wikipedia, and actually I also watched your one of your interviews with Alicia Atu. Atau, I don't really know how to pronounce her name. Atu. So you mentioned that you were actually like a voiceover artist for like a few things here and there.
Mm.
And then she asked you a question on which like cartoon show you wanted to be on, and then you mentioned Steven Universe, and I love Steven Universe so
Yeah.
much. Are you all caught up with the whole series? Are you done with it?
I think I've seen, now I thought I was, but then someone said that
Mm,
there were more things going on. I saw all
yeah,
of the TV series, I believe, and I think there was a movie that followed up
yeah,
afterwards.
yeah.
Is there more?
There was a movie after the 5 seasons, so like the kid Steven arc is
Yeah.
done. The movie was when like maybe around 2 or 3 years in the future, where he's 16 and has a neck now.
Yeah.
So that was Steven, and then there was a series, another 20 episode series, like Steven Universe Future,
Yeah.
where it's him as an older kid, like dealing with the repercussions of
Oh,
being a hero after. So I hope that you do check that out.
I
Like it's
will.
amazing.
I have to write
It,
myself notes though, because I forget shit all the time. So, well,
now
this is
I
sandpaper
understand.
because I have a stick. Okay, that's all.
But yeah, actually, my question was, who was your favorite character on the show?
Oh, lion.
Lion. That is a good pick. That is an
Yeah.
amazing pick.
But I mean, I love
uh,
all of them because they are
mm,
so multi-dimensional.
yeah, it's amazing how like Rebecca Sugar was able to make like a whole show with a very unique cast of characters, and
Yeah.
then also I don't know how she snuck it in, but like Cartoon Network, we're gonna make a show that's pretty gay, but like here we go.
Yeah. And it's just inclusive and really nice
Exactly.
to see characters of color and all sorts of colors like purple and green and just very open and loving in general.
I'm. I have to admit, like I'm gonna admit it here to everyone watching Instagram, like PWG live right now. I have cried like maybe more than 20 times because of this series. It's
Oh,
amazing.
it's okay.
It makes me feel so many things.
I
Yeah. Actually, the other question I had was like, do you have like a favorite Steven Universe song?
oh, I can't remember how it goes, and I mean that's hard because there's a lot of them. But I
Yeah,
remember like putting on repeat the one when I'm so bad with my memory. The tall one with the afro. Can you remind me her name?
Garnet. Is it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. When Garnet was separated in the first season, and then she like sings that song where she's kicking ass on
Ah,
the spaceship.
it's stronger than you. I love
Yes,
that song too.
that one.
Stronger than you. All right, thank you very much for
No problem.
indulging me in my Steven Universe fanboyness.
No
We should
problem.
go back to some should go
Yes.
back to some fan questions.
No words.
From at Pretty Bad Juju, what's the best human trait to practice for you?
Oh, best human trait to practice?
Yeah,
Hmm. I guess showering every day. That one, and especially now during Corona, that's really good.
yeah. That. But is it how is it like showering every day in Norway where it's super cold?
Oh man, I do have to be reminded. It's like, hey, Chris, maybe it's time to shower again. I'm like, oh, okay. But even though I do hate the cold there, I love the water, right? And so
Yeah.
they do have a thing where they're like, oh, it's winter, but we're gonna go swimming anyways. And I'm actually really into that, even though it's like
Like,
sharp needles into my skin.
oh man, you do the freezing cold dive in, like you go like hidden and then
They say that you shouldn't because it could send you into shock. So I just walk in
you
and
easy.
then I swim around and feel pain.
Yeah, I've seen some of those, and like that takes a lot of guts. And well, you're a wolf. You have that instinct within you to like face your fears and live dangerously.
Yeah. Maybe it's that, or maybe I'm just dumb. What's one of the two?
Well, thank you for sharing that. We have another question from MJ Lapus. Any plans on visiting the Philippines once everything settles down?
Yes, actually, it would really be nice to visit the Philippines. It's been a long time since I have, and
Mm,
my wife really wants to visit the Philippines. She actually
please, we would
has
love
these
that.
like Filipino plates and handmade or hand embroidered placemats that her
Yeah.
grandmother gave to her because she lived in the Philippines for a little bit.
What?
Right?
Her grandmother lived? Yeah.
Yeah. So her
That's a.
grandmother, though she's like she's Norwegian Ecuadorian, but
Oh, okay.
she lived in Manila for a little bit, and then she has like these, I guess, antique Filipino things that she gave to Rosanna, my wife, and so
Yeah.
I just feel like somehow we're connected in this really weird way.
That is amazing. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, obviously, like your favorite human has a little bit of Filipino in her, technically.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would love to have you. If you and Rosanna come here, let us know, and we'll take you around as much as we can in Metro Manila, as long as it's not too traffic.
Totes, and we'll definitely check out a show.
Mm, yeah, we will definitely check out a show.
Mm.
Well, once the whole coronavirus thing like dies down.
Yeah.
All right. We have another question. There's actually a lot of fan questions. Thank you guys. Like, I have a lot of questions here, but you guys are helping me out a lot. All right. So have you been watching some WWE recently, or have you not been watching WWE recently?
I have not. I've been a little disconnected from the online world. I
Mm,
come in little bits here and
yeah.
there, but I'm pretty distracted.
Yeah. All right. So we'll have to move past this WWE question.
Sorry, but
It's all right.
sending love to
Shout
you
out to
guys
Vivo Las
wrestling
Vegas.
there.
But yeah, wait, what is this? All right, we have a question from Alexis_Kingdom 18. How does it feel debuting in your first wrestling match, and how was it like training with no wrestling background? Because from my understanding, you went to Japan, and that's when you first started training in wrestling, correct?
Yeah.
That is amazing to me. I mean, like, how did it feel like debuting your first match after training with virtually no background in wrestling coming from the States?
It was it feels surreal looking back at it. I
Mm,
was incredibly nervous, especially for my debut. I think everyone who debuts in wrestling understands that that kind of tension where you're just like, oh God, just you want everything to go well and everyone to be safe.
yeah.
But I had like tunnel vision, could only see my opponent, and I think right soon as I left the ring, my mind dumped everything.
Yeah.
um, but as far as the not having the background, I think a lot of my kung fu training from high school had
Mm,
actually helped me at least
yeah.
keep up with the physical conditioning. I think that was
Mm,
the hardest part, and I think that general mentality of like dojo training and style like really clicked with me. So as long as I had a time and place to focus on and keep building my abilities, I
mm,
was okay. It's the like when you start to execute all these creative
yeah.
things where I'm just like, oh shit, can we do this? Are we allowed to do this? What can I do?
Yeah. How long did it take you to? How long were you training before you actually debuted?
6 months. Yeah.
6 months, and that was like how many times in a week did you guys used to train before?
Uh, Initially we were training about maybe 5 days a week for three
Mm-hmm.
hours. Um,
Wow.
but then there were some structural changes, and it was only 3 times a week. But we'd have shows on Sunday, and then when we switched to the 3 times a week schedule, we started having more shows over the weekend, like more away tours. Oh, sorry, I think I have a hair in my mouth.
You okay?
I'm
Uh,
okay, I guess. I just have such long bangs.
yeah. Well, it's the wolf in you, I believe.
Yeah, hairball.
Yeah, hairball. All right, we got another question here. It's an interesting question from at the Alvin Taker. You
Okay.
previously talked about your favorite human,
Mm.
but who's your favorite wolf?
Oh, I mean, okay. So it's either Kid Lycos or Shotzi. Yeah, it's one of those
Yeah,
two.
Kid Lycos and well, Shotzi also howls a lot.
Yes, yeah. We
Yeah,
like to sing together.
that's true. And you actually had a lot of matches together with Shotzi when you
We
were
did.
touring independence in the US. So if you guys like can check that out on YouTube, please do. Actually, I had another question here that actually ties into that.
Mhm.
So at pretty bad Juju asked again, why do you identify with the wolf? Like, what was it that like just made you like resonate with the wolf?
You know, the funny thing is, around the time that I was offered to take the pro test, I guess as they call it, I uh,
Yeah.
I was wondering like what should my name be, because they were like, oh, so what's your ring name going to be? And I had never thought about it. I had never thought about like my persona or whatever.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to figure that out. But when I was wrestling with Mayu for my test, and I had her pinned, I let out this howl, and I
Mm.
felt like, yeah, Wolf, Kris Wolf. That's my name.
Well, that's amazing that it just happened that naturally, and then against Mayu Iwatani, who's like at the top of her game right now and on top of Stardom. So it's an
Yeah.
amazing thing. And then you actually carried the whole thing to a whole new level, like using the tail and everything, and then just like biting in everyone. Like I am like your character is like one of the best I've seen when it comes to Joshi wrestling, and I really have to say.
I
Uh,
think I think that was the thing that I liked about it. It didn't think about it so much, but it fit well. Like I think
yeah,
I've always kind of felt like alone, traveling, exploring, peeing where I wanted. Oh,
yeah.
sorry, Ricky howled at me.
Okay. I just lost it. Okay, thank you very much for sharing that. Yeah, actually, we have a question from Ken, who's helping us moderate right now. How were you as a teacher before your wolf days?
Oh man, I think that was a little terrifying. I think as a hey, I'm seeing like some of the Japanese writing, so I just wanted to say, yeah,
Yeah,
sashibari.
there's a lot.
But yeah, as a teacher, I think I had probably the buffest kids, because to start
Mm,
off each class, we would do like a physical exercise, is like everyone stand up, and then we'd stretch,
yeah.
and then I'd be like, let's jump, and then I'd ask them like, how many, and then they'd have to say like a number. And most of them
Mm,
knew how to count at least up to 100, so they would be like, oh, let's do 100. I'm like, all right, let's do 100 squats. Let's do 50 push-ups. And they obviously they can't do 50, but I would be like,
yeah,
okay, let's go to 10, let's go to 20. And by the time that they had to perform the plays that we would put
yeah.
on, I think my kids were pretty fit.
That's good. So you
Yeah.
taught primarily physical education over
No,
there in Japan?
I was teaching English, but
Oh, okay.
I utilized, I guess, physical aspects to keep everyone in line.
That
You
is a great idea.
sit in
They probably won't
squats.
forget it too.
I I hope they have nightmares about me.
Well, at least I'm pretty sure they had fun also, even though they have nightmares right now. So let's go back to Stardom actually. So since we already touched on that, so you spent a lot of time there. Can
Yeah.
you actually tell us some of your favorite memories that you've had with the promotion?
Hmm. I'd say living in the dorm, with the girls coming through, and just a lot
Yeah,
of fun, because you just get all these different personalities, and they kind of, when you live somewhere, sometimes you forget how special things are, and showing them around reminded me like, oh yeah, this is really great. Check this out. Let's go here.
yeah,
And they would consistently spark this little thing inside of me. I enjoyed myself a lot with them. And then
yeah,
bus trips are a pain, but at the same time, it's like going on a field trip with your class.
yeah. That's true. And I actually like I still remember a lot of like the tweets or like I don't know where I saw those, but like whenever you stole Kyrie carry Hojo's phone and then take selfies with it.
Yeah.
That was just really funny.
Yeah, I would do that with whoever left their phone unattended. Or
Is
I
it
would
is
like,
it because they're so trusting? Like they just leave their phone there?
I mean, yeah, probably. But we were the only ones in the dojo, so it wasn't likely that someone would steal it. But you know how
Yeah.
Apple has that, like even though the phone is locked, you can still take pictures by just swiping. So
Yeah,
just like,
yeah.
oh, haha, no one is protected.
Yeah. Actually, that leads into my other question because you've been living in Japan. You lived in Japan for a while,
Mm,
and then we all know that you came from from California, and then
yes.
you decided to move there. What was it that sparked you moving there?
Oh, I was going through a bad breakup with my ex-fiance, and I mean, it
Oh,
wasn't bad. It's just, it was it was really disappointing. And so I had a friend who lived in Japan who was just like, "Hey, Chris, why don't you just come out here?" And I had finished with my photo things, and I had support from my friends, and they were like, "Yeah, why don't you go to Japan and just get your heart together and stuff?" And I just ended up staying.
you ended up staying for like a long time. So after you went to Japan, you just stayed there for as long as you could?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, a couple years later, my ex had sent a box to my mom's house and was just like, "You left these. The other things we had to toss." I'm like, "Wow, I thought you were just gonna toss everything, but thank you."
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome. All right. I'm trying to look for other fan questions over here. All right, there's not a lot. All right, so I'll just move on with my question. So,
Mhm.
what was your favorite match during your time in Stardom? Like, you had a lot of matches. So what was your favorite one out of all of them? If you can give us one.
Ah, you know, I I feel like there were a lot that I really enjoyed. I guess two of them that come to mind, if that's okay.
Go
One of
ahead.
them is the one with Kairi, where well, she let me be myself, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
There's this spot where she like sets me up for her drop elbow, and I just
yeah,
slowly roll away. And
yeah,
then she gets really mad, jumps, rolls, and like elbows me. But then she like tries to do it again, and then I just roll away again.
yeah.
She's like a
I
serious
think this
senpai, but
I think this match was on YouTube also. I think I've seen this also. Like,
but
so guys, again, if you want to check that out, watch it on YouTube.
she just she lets you be yourself, and I really enjoyed that. Uh,
Yeah.
the other one I was thinking of was the high speed championship. Anything with Mayu or Kagetsu is just they're just so good that they raise your level. They're incredibly talented, and I feel like I learned a lot and really liked working with them.
Yeah. And then you actually won that triple threat against both of them. So that was an amazing feather in your cap at that moment. All right. So well, actually, I have another question about Stardom. So what was harder, the matches or your dance numbers with Oedatai?
Definitely the matches. Man, I'm Filipino. I can dance. It's all good.
Exactly,
Throw them moves
exactly.
at
I was
me.
like,
I don't care.
yeah, I'm pretty sure like you didn't have no problem with those dance moves.
Yeah.
All right. So you left Stardom in 2018 and then started doing more independent shows around the world, such as Pro Wrestling Eve, Bar Wrestling, OTT, WXW. But you're really like beloved in your time with Eve. Can you tell us some of your favorite memories over there in that all women's UK promotion?
um, just it's probably all of it. I remember being really nervous the first time I was going over there, just because at that point I hadn't really traveled so much outside of Stardom, and I'd only done maybe one or two shows, or maybe it was that the first one I did outside of Stardom. I can't remember,
Yeah,
but it was still very fresh. Like I don't know
yeah,
anyone, and
yeah,
working is different in the West than it is in the East. But everyone was so warm and friendly and just excited to work and have fun. It felt really
mm,
punk rock as well because it's
yeah.
such a small, crazy venue where everyone's pushed up against the ring. But I really liked crowd surfing. that was fun. I think
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite memories.
that was actually in the tribute video that they made for you. Like, did you tell the crowd that you were gonna do a trust fall?
I told some of the guys at the who were ringside, I was just like,
Yeah.
please catch me.
I was like, oh my god, are they catching? All right,
That would be
they
really
caught it.
funny if I just fell though. That would be great.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so again, also with the same question as Stardom, do you have any favorite matches that you've had with Eve as well?
I think you know what? Immediately matches that I'm not in come to mind actually because they just had so many great cards.
No,
Uh,
like go ahead, please, like so that more of our viewers who don't know about Eve or like only like know the surface level of Eve can
mm,
check it out more.
yeah, I think oh, anything with Emi Sakura is great, but the what's it called the first what was that really big show that they had? I am so bad with names. It was
Wrestle Queendom.
yes. How could I forget that?
Wrestle
Sorry, lots of hits,
no
but
worries.
Wrestle Queendom, the first one had like such a stacked card. I had fun being in the matches as well, and it was my first ladder match then too, so that was pretty fun.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll just say that whole show. Check it out.
Yes, Wrestle Queendom. If I think you need to buy it on demand, so guys, just check out Pro Wrestling Eve. We're going back to some fan questions. Like staying in Europe, we got at Francis Meister too asking. Well, tell people, tell the people about your experience wrestling in Germany for WXW. How was that?
That was a new experience for me. It was the first country in Europe aside from Spain that I had wrestled at and stayed longer. So I was also living in the dorms with the foreign wrestlers that were staying there, as well as the dorms were shared with people who were coming just to train. Maybe they
Yeah.
weren't wrestling with WXW, but they wanted to learn because they have such good training. Um, I really enjoyed the atmosphere and the people. I think I really do love the German crowd. We could just talk about meat forever. Um,
Yeah.
and it was another place where like they hadn't heard of me, so it's just like, why is this girl sniffing a butt? I don't understand, but I'm going to applaud her.
Was that also the same? I think it was either OTT or like WXW where you had like the sausages like in your gear while you were going into the ring.
I think so. I feel like likely it might have been WXW or Rise. I
Mm.
I definitely had a food fight with Rise. Someone came with carrots and Brussels
Oh,
sprouts. I think it
oh
was
no!
Kimberly, actually.
You had to hurt her because like, why is she not giving you meat?
What is this carrot?
Well, Kimberly, like shout out to her who just debuted on Impact Wrestling, so she's doing really
Yes.
well for herself, and she's still like very strong on the vegan stuff. So obviously, like it's natural. It's because you love meat. She loves vegetables. You gotta fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We have another question from at Pretty Bad Juju again. So as a wolf, what for you are appropriate situations to bare your fangs? Like, what like is the right time to like show more aggressive side?
Always. Because you don't
Always.
know when danger is coming, so you might as well be prepared.
Exactly.
Speaking of
Exactly.
like fear of being attacked, the other day I realized as I was talking with my friends on Zoom, I was
Mm-hmm.
just like, "Oh man, I have to cut my bangs, but they're so long, right?" But
Yeah.
if I do this, I could probably tie it back, but then my forehead is exposed, and I feel
Yep.
this like fear that I'm gonna get a drop kick to my forehead. So I just need to like hide it so no one can find me.
Yeah. The hair will guard that forehead also. I
Yeah.
totally agree. All right. So let's talk about your retirement from wrestling for a little bit. So your retirement from wrestling actually it was your 1 year anniversary like last month from retiring. So congratulations, I
Yeah.
suppose. I'm not sure. Um, so I've been retired from wrestling for a year. So what have you been doing since retiring from professional wrestling?
So I think like when I retired, I romanticized this idea of becoming a carpenter, and like I have a really good time sanding my stick. So whatever. But going through the process was actually a lot harder. In Norway,
Yeah.
they do offer free education for either a trade if you don't have a college degree, or if you have college credits, you can go to school for free and get a degree
Yeah.
or whatever. So that was something that I wasn't quite sure which way to go, but either way, I do need the language. So I've actually just been going to Norwegian language classes, and I got a job at a kitchen, which then it was like a noodle shop where I'm just like
Yeah.
frying noodles and shit. I felt very Asian. um,
No, it's all right.
and then I got an internship doing video editing, and occasionally I walk dogs or take care of cats, and I've done a few voiceover stuff. So, I mean,
Oh.
I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm having fun.
No, it's actually amazing, like the amount of like skills that you have, like garnering through your life. It's like you're a pro wrestler, you're a VO artist, you are learning how to be a carpenter, you actually cook. So it's like you're just like you're actually a wolf. Like I don't know, like you're just going through life, just taking whatever comes at you. So that is amazing. Like in my opinion, that's really amazing to see,
Yeah.
and I applaud you for that. Oh, you tied your hair.
I thought I had another hair tie, so then I could put two, but never mind then.
All right, it's all right. Actually, yeah. I have another question that I'm gonna ask. So, how's it? Well, do you have any feelings like wanting to come back to wrestling, even if it's not too much on the physical part? So this is where we're going back to that question. So, do you have like any feelings like how do you want to come back? Do you want to come back as a manager or a promoter, possibly? What do you have any things in mind?
Um, hmm. I I think if I don't want to come back as a wrestler, though. Every time I see some cool moves, I think about the logistics of how to do it. Like, oh yeah, if you step
Yeah.
under this rope and bounce it this way, maybe you could do that. But I like I feel very very different at the same time. Like I love people, I want to sniff and bite them, all that
Yeah.
whatever. But maybe I would want to do like videography or take videos and put butts everywhere. I'm not really sure. I'm a fan of terrible Photoshop, but as far as the wrestling world goes, I like being a part of its history in a way, and I
Yeah.
like supporting people who are in it and really like they have that passion. Like I know I don't have it, because I know
Yeah.
what it's like to have that one goal in mind, and that's not where I am. But
Mm.
I do love the people who do it, and if I could support them, that's what I want to do.
And honestly, you are a part of wrestling history. Like, even though you've only been around for 5 years in the wrestling business, you have made an unmistakable mark on a lot of people. Like that Eve, that retirement tribute for from Eve alone, like shows you how many people you've touched. And honestly, like if I would like to thank you also because like I am very like inspired by how your career has been, and then I also have the dream of like going to Japan and wrestling there and everything, and knowing that a fellow Filipino, well, part Filipino, part Wolf, was able to do that. It inspires me a lot to like follow that dream also.
You can do it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Actually, but like I have one more question. Like I know like you're planning on not coming back as a wrestler,
Mm.
but if you could have one more match, who would it be against?
Hmm. Sorry, my first response was your mom, but
It's all right.
mm, I I think yeah, maybe it would be Act.
Akbishkawa, yeah.
Yeah, just two retired people.
It's all right. Like I would pretty much like I'm pretty sure a lot of people would love to see that match actually. And
Or
yeah.
Jazzy. Actually, me and Jazzy talked about it.
Oh.
She was she's just wondering how I felt, and I when I first started training, she was the wrestler that was there, and she was always encouraging me, and we always talked about what it would be like if we had a match against each other or with each other. Um, but it unfortunately never happened.
Hmm.
That maybe that would have been a really fun one because she's so tall.
she is definitely tall. Like watching her old Stardom matches against Kyrie. Like I think it was she had a match with Kyrie and also with Io, and
Mm.
she was just towering over everyone. But it would be interesting to see a match against you, like between you two. And I remember all those like funny little comics that people made for you guys for
Yeah.
you and Jazzy. So yeah, that would be interesting to see. All right. So we're winding it down a little bit right now
Mhm.
since we're reaching up to an hour. We'll go into this next segment, which I call Whip Flash. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna show you a card with a word on it, and then you just tell a story or like give them a message, whatever flashes into your memory, and then yeah, are you ready to proceed?
Yes, you said flash, and I thought something else. I'm glad
I
it's
don't
a
know.
card.
Yeah, no, I like no flash photography in front of wolves. That's a bad idea. All right. So the first card is Stardom. What do you have to say about them?
uh, Talented girls. It's a strange organism, and it changes every year with every season. I have
Hmm.
no idea what the flavor is like now, but I'm sure that it is full of influence from the years before. Done.
Yes, it is. Definitely. Yep. And Mayu's still there, so obviously she's going to
So
help
good.
influence the future girls. Yeah. All right. Next one is Tito. Is
Tito,
Tito there somewhere?
right here.
Oh, Tito's there. Yes, I
That's his
finally get to
soul.
meet Tito.
Nice to meet
Yeah.
you.
Yes. Do you have any words about Tito, like through all your adventures?
um, well, Tito has definitely been a guide and a mentor and a best friend. Actually, I've had maybe I can get him. Okay, so I actually had another wolf head who was
Oh,
Michael, who toured with me
Michael.
the first trip in the US. And then
Oh.
this is Tito, and this one's Jermaine, and I never got to fill out the rest of the Jackson 5. But but they all had their own
Oh.
personalities.
Oh no. We need
Yeah.
two more.
I
You gotta come back
know.
now. No, I'm joking, but like that is amazing. A wolf version of the Jackson 5. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
All
But
right, thank you for sharing that. Oh, sorry. Do you
oh
have
no.
any more words with you? All right.
I love
The
you.
next word, we love Tito, we love Jermaine, we love Michael, and
Yeah.
the other two, wait to see. Anyway, the next card is Oedo Tai.
Best dance moves in Japan.
Yep, I have to agree. Like it was fun watching her matches, but like the dance moves before the actual match were fun to see also.
It was so good. I
Mm,
don't know if I'm allowed to tell this. Who cares? I'm not wrestling anymore. The
exactly.
original dance was actually made by oh 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 it's happening again where it blanks out. The cute one and she had a panda, Tam.
Tam
Yes.
Nakano
Yeah, she was the one who choreographed the first one.
with producer Pichan.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Peach. I feel like him
Uh,
and Jermaine would have been really cute together.
I would suspect so. All right, the next card, second to the last card is what do you have to say about Tengu?
Tengu. Oh, my brother. I love his
Yeah.
nose. He's the best
Yes.
Filipino that I know. Sorry, guys. I mean, we just met. Maybe things will change.
No
But
worries.
yes, no,
No worries.
I love him
Tengu
so
is a really
much.
good Filipino. Well, he's Japanese Filipino, I think.
Yes, there we go.
Shout
But
out to Tengu. Thank you so much.
I'm happy I met him and that he represents in London.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. And he took you around to a lot of Filipino places, from what I know.
He has expanded my knowledge on modern Filipino food. Like everything I have
Yeah.
is nostalgic from my childhood. But now it's like, oh, what? Now it's cool? Oh, shit.
Yes, it's cool now. Filipino food is in now. I don't know why, but like it's in Western culture now. We overtook Japanese. I don't know how. All right, the last card that I'll show you is Pro Wrestling Eve.
Oh, my home. That's where my peoples are at. I think I have a soft place in my heart for them, and anytime that they want me around, I'll be there.
All right, thank you very much. So, thank you very much, Kris Wolf, and thank you again so much for joining us. Before you leave us, I have one last question to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in all your years wrestling, what is the biggest lesson that you learned in your career that you would like to pass on to others?
One of the things that someone told me when I first started wrestling was to have a plan, to have an idea of what you want to do in wrestling. And I think that's really good advice. I never followed it because I don't have the capacity to make plans, I think.
Hmm.
But I think in general, it must be a really good thing to do. So I'm going to pass that to you guys, and hopefully
You.
it'll be okay. But then on the other end, if you don't have a plan and you're just kind of powering through life and you don't know what you're doing, it's going to be okay and you're doing fine. So there, that's it.
Exactly. And you are a great proof of that. And then you are doing just fine. You have met your favorite human. You are doing
Ah,
well
Dash
in
is here.
Norway. And oh, hi Dash. She's been joining a lot of my
Yeah.
lives recently.
Oh, Hisashiburi.
Um, so yes, thank you again so much, Kris Wolf, for joining us. Do you have anything that you want to plug? Like I know you have a shirt. Is it still on sale? Like right now for?
Yes. I also, okay, wait. I'll rearrange my head. Yes, I have a shirt that my American retirement show is back
Mm,
online. You can check it out at Darklight Wrestling's
mm.
website. But I'd like to plug that. But also, I just want to say thank you to everyone who has been joining on this. All the Japanese fans, 皆さん、久しぶり。すごく会いたい。日本行きたい。でも、多分、あと、コロナ。and for the guys that said, I have fans in India, thank you so much. I didn't realize that I had fans in India. That's wonderful. And thank you guys from all over the world.
And we love to, and on behalf of everyone around the world, thank you so much, Kris Wolf, for joining us, and thank you
Yeah.
for coming on to PWG Live. It was really fun. It was nice meeting you. It's like a virtual meeting for the first time, but like I hope we get to meet each other in person. If you come to the Philippines, let us know, or if we'll come to Norway, we'll let you know if we're there.
Yes, please. Please do. Mikasa es su casa. Also,
Thank you so much, and again, thank you for your time, and we will see you down the line. Thank you again so much, Kris
yeah.
Wolf, and goodbye.
Thank
And stay
you.
safe, wash your
Will do.
hands, and we'll see you again soon. We'll talk soon. Bye bye.
Yay. Bye, guys. Bye, Lily.
Bye. Bye, Tito. Bye, Jermaine. Bye, Michael. See ya. All right. That was the great. Like, I love that interview with Kris Wolf. Ken, if you can please come on, I will get you on this live right now, amigo. What's up?
Man, what
What?
an episode, bro.
Great episode, right?
Can I just say I'm in awe. I am in love with her smile. It's so infectious, and I don't know if you notice it. It's because we have like foreigner fans here right now online at hashtag PWOG Live. She
Yeah.
reminds me of Catherine Bernardo. I don't know why, but like the very very bubbly version of her, and she's like a real life cartoon character. And I'm like, because I'm busy, commenting.
Mm.
It's my first time relax, uh,
Yeah.
moderating the comments, watching the live, listening to the live.
Yeah.
I'm happy. It's like, wow, man.
She has a smile. Like if you watch her matches, she has a smile that just brightens up the place. It's really infectious. It's that Filipino in her, I have to say, because us Filipinos we have infectious smiles.
Yes, sir. I'll fucking
But
keep
yeah,
it.
what do you think? What did you think of the interview?
This is the best episode yet. Best episode, man. I am happy. This is my best moderating gig ever for hashtag PWOG
Yeah.
Live so far by far, man. I legit enjoyed it. I love how again she's just a cartoon character that came into life. Her
Yeah.
advices are really straight to heart. But
Yeah.
I am just so distracted of her optimism, of her positivity, of her bubbliness.
Yeah.
I will watch more of her matches now. I don't, man. I'm too late. She's
You
retired
gotta
now,
check it
but
out.
you know,
She's retired now. She's been in the business for only 5 years, but she has definitely left her mark. And she is like, her advice is correct. Like, have a plan, but if you don't have a plan, that's also cool. Because like, no matter where life takes you, you're gonna be fine. Everyone watching this right now, no matter where life takes you, if you have a plan or not, you're gonna be fine, and you will still love you. We will still love you. Ken, this has been like I had the easiest time like just interviewing her, just talking to her like a friend. So yeah, this is definitely my favorite episode of hashtag PWG Live so far.
Same, same. And you know what's crazy, bro? You know what's crazy? I like how her prepared answer. Who is her dream opponent or something like that? I think that was the question, and she was about to say your mom. Like,
Well,
and the kids. I can only imagine the kids doing 100 squats. I would pay to see that though. Oh my god.
oh man, but yeah, like Pro Wrestling Eve, Stardom. She's been around Europe. She's been around LA. So guys, if you can, please check out her stuff on YouTube. She has some free matches up there. She also has a lot of what's it called. She also has her retirement shirt that's now available again for a limited time. So if you guys can, please check that out. So, do I go to John Cena Saturday or do we?
Before
talk a
you
little
do
bit
so, please promote this pinned comment right there below.
Yes, he can point to it better than I can. So the pinned comment
Alright.
below, it is actually I haven't really promoted it this episode. So yes, I have to double
Yes,
count
I
for that.
reminded you.
So everyone, please support our partnership with Ticket to Me. It's help flatten the curve of COVID-19 and get yourself a limited edition PWR Mabuhay Wrestling shirt at the same time. So if you buy a shirt on tickettome.net, part of the proceeds will go to our frontliners to help the fight against COVID-19. And yeah, please do if you haven't. Like, it's a great shirt, and you get to help out as well. So please do so to tickettome.net. And then also next week again we will have Peter Wrestling from Home Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's always happening. And on May 31, 2020, we will have PWR specials Homecoming on pay-per-view. So it's not for free, guys. So on pay-per-view.
It's not for
watch
free?
out.
I thought it was free.
No, it's on pay-per-view.
I
Can
didn't-
read the
I didn't read the whole thing. I just shared it. I didn't know
It's on pay-per-view. Please watch that. Please support Philippine Wrestling. It was our biggest show in Philippine Wrestling to date. Ken, we have 3 minutes. I have to go into John Cena Saturdays. If you will, amigo. All right, everyone. For John Cena Saturdays, I'm not actually reading the tweet off these, so I'm reading the tweet off my camera. I'm just like, this is for visual thing.
Yeah, man.
Anyway, John Cena Saturday, May 14, 2020. Don't expect anyone to know your thoughts and feelings except yourself. Be brave enough to express and explain them to those worthy when needed. So John Cena spouting a little wisdom on us. Keep your thoughts and feelings to yourself unless you trust the other person. But like, make sure that that other person can help you out also. But like, initially, if you want to get through life, it would be easier to keep your thoughts and feelings to yourself first, and then find out how to go from there. If you have friends you trust, like I trust Ken Warren, like I trust Pretty Bad Juju, it'd be definitely great to talk to them if you have any feelings that you need to let out. All right, Ken, we had a great episode. This has been fun. Tomorrow we will have the other Wolf of Wolf Week. Wolf of Wolf Week, parang Wolf of Wall Street. The Darewolf PJ Black. That is tomorrow at 12 p.m. lunchtime. So do not forget, amigos and amigas, that is lunchtime. Another early episode of hashtag Philippine time. Another early episode of hashtag PWG Live. Again, we thank you very much for joining us. Ken, do you have any last words you want to say? We have a minute left.
Word life, and y'all can hashtag that. Thank you so much. Pleasant evening to everyone.
And good night, amigos and amigas. We will see you again tomorrow.